I've been having more conversations with people, physiotherapists and yoga therapists and other healthcare professionals about what to do with clients who are overly pain focused. And so what's interesting about this concept is that they're suggesting that there's something about, like, there's such a thing as being overly pain focused. And when I have conversations with professionals about this, I suggest something different. Maybe the reason why they appear to be overly pain focused is because they're talking a lot about it. And if they're talking a lot about it, they're seeking a solution. And I recently had a conversation with one person, which is, how the pain science is talking about how pain is a physical experience, like it really does reside in our body, but how the interpretation is up in the brain. And then the interpretation of that person was, well, then it's about mindset then. We need to shift our mindset about the experience of the pain. I don't agree. I mean, I think you could do that, but I don't agree that you just need to shift your mindset, or at least I don't agree that you take action on your mindset. I don't think that that taking action on the mindset is the way to actually solve the problem. I think you solve the problem, and the problem is, the result is that the mindset changes. But we don't go after, I've got to change my thinking about this. That is what I've found has not worked over the 25 years of my working with somebody. Instead, I don't make the person wrong for talking about their pain. Because if they're talking about their pain, they're giving me information about what's going on in their body. So I like the fact that they're talking about their pain. I like the fact they're giving me information about the story and the narrative that runs their life, because that gives me information of how I can help them. So what I'm listening for is who they are and what they're about and what makes them tick. Because when I know that about them, then I can help them. So to me, I'm really happy when someone talks to me about their pain, when someone talks to you about their life and where they're limited, because that gives me the opening of how to help them. So that's one idea to think about. The second is this idea about having to change mindset. It's suggesting in a very nuanced way that the person is wrong for thinking the way they're thinking. Now just think about that for a moment, that you're suggesting to someone that they're wrong. And so then how does that make them feel, even if you're not outrightly saying they're wrong? Just think about that for a moment. And if someone is coming in to see you and they already have the perception that they're wrong to be thinking this way, then how on earth are they going to make progress? It's a really, really nuanced way of thinking about this, I know, but I can't tell you how absolutely vitally important it is to actually not have that experience land for the person. Because if they are getting the perception from you, the expert, that they are wrong, then they're like, how do they help themselves get right? And it makes it this binary thing of wrong and right, where in fact what they're saying and what they're sharing is information, it's data, it's context, it's the environment in which the organism is actually living, and we have more data to help them. So just kind of watch as the practitioner, you as the physiotherapist, you as the yoga therapist, you as the psychologist, you as the physician, notice if you're getting up in a headspace around making them wrong. And just notice what your contribution to that relationship is. And then if you're just making them wrong, think about with your kids or with your spouse or with your friends, when you're making them wrong, or when someone makes you wrong, how does that actually make you feel, and how does that work within a trusting relationship? The second part of this, or the third part of this that I want you to consider, is that in order for someone to actually shift their thinking, it's not about, like I said earlier, changing thoughts. What it is the only way that I know of to really and fundamentally change thoughts is to change beliefs. Right? Because we can go in there and go, oh yeah, I feel good and life is great and the world is great and my family is great, and looking at all the great things that you have in your life, but that doesn't take away the fact that you really think that your pain sucks. So you can layer all this good stuff of all this great stuff and focus on the great stuff, but that doesn't change the thoughts you have about what you really feel. And so you've got what I like to call chocolate covered caca, right? So you find all the good stuff, But underneath it, it still sucks. And so you haven't resolved the problem that is. You just compensated and covered it over with some chocolate, really, right? So it's chocolate covered caca. However, if you change the belief, and this is not my model, this is a model that's out there in the world. If you change the belief, that changes the thoughts, that changes the actions, that changes the results. So then you might ask me, well, then how do you change the belief? Well, here's what I have learned changes belief: a novel experience. So when people work with me, I teach them about how their body moves. I teach them about feeling. I teach them about pain. I teach them about all sorts of stuff. And then out of that experience, as they feel things in their body and they feel something different, that opens the doorway to possibility. And that just that inch open of possibility can go boom. And even if it's just an inch of an opening, that is enough to kind of go, oh my God, I can have something different. Oh my God. And that shifts something internally. We can call it the nervous system. We can call it whatever, spirit, soul, whatever. We can call it whatever we want, but something changes. And all of a sudden there's this new opportunity that the person can step into. And then their thinking starts to shift. Even just a little bit. And it can just be 1 degree shift. It doesn't have to be like wholesale 100-degree shift. It's just a little shift. It's like, ooh, I might be able to move my leg this far. Ooh, I might be able to do this with less pain. Oh, ooh, right? And so then, and that builds. And it's, what I like to say is this is baby steps, one step after the other. And a lot of the work that I do is quite slow initially, but it's why I like it being slow is that it integrates more easily neuromuscularly through our system. And it's just a much safer way to go. But that's another topic for another video. Okay, so there's one last thing I want to talk about on this topic. Is we also know from pain science, and this is not new news to people who've been working with people successfully with pain, is that when someone feels safe and supported, then their experiences of pain go down. And when some people feel threatened and endangered, then their experience of pain goes up, right? And my aim is to enable that person to feel that sense of safety inside. And so what I call it is helping them grow their internal locus of control, right? Their own inner sense of control, like they can actually do something about what's going on. So when I'm teaching them and I'm educating them, I'm helping them with this new experience that they're having, then they get to realize that they're the ones reducing their pain. They're the ones becoming aware of their body. They're the ones recognizing what the symptoms are doing. They're the one, like it's them. But I'm not saying to them, it's you. They're experiencing this experience of them. And that helps them grow that internal sense of control, that internal sense of safety. And let me tell you, when someone builds that internal sense themselves, holy crapola, the gains that they make because they know they can do it, right? And in some cases, that's the novel experience. That's the new belief. And when someone has like, oh my God, I can actually do this, then things really start to change and we build upon that thought process. Yeah? We don't have to change mindsets. We don't have to make people wrong about the story that they're telling. That is the gold that we need to listen to as the practitioner. That's the important stuff. Don't get rid of it to try and start working with the body. Don't do that. And if you're someone in pain, don't do that. And I realize me saying don't do it is probably making you wrong, and I don't mean to be doing that. But what I'm really, really, really wanting you to get is your story is so important. Like I'm getting tears in my eyes. Your story is so important. Your story is so vital. Find someone who will listen to your story. And as the practitioner, as the professional, listen to their frickin' story. Listen with all of your heart and all of your soul. Listen. The gold for how you can help someone, the gold for how you can help yourself resides in that story, in what people are saying and what people are not saying. Yeah? It's vital that we learn to listen on all levels, to the story, to ourselves. And listening to the story is that first step. You do not have to change your mindset. That will come as a result of all the work that you do. Okay? All right, I got riled up on that one. There'll be more of these because this is a really important topic. And keep an eye out on this page because I'm actually running a Yoga U workshop in early September about chronic pain, persistent pain. So if you want more, keep an eye here and I'll in the comment section on this, I'll throw in the link that you can register for that, okay? This is so vital. Oh, so vital. And I'm here to help. So click that link if you want me to help you. Okay? Take care. Have a great day. Bye.